And we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. It's the freaking weekend, baby. Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. I got to keep it low. I can't shout. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up. Shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to the entrepreneurs, the stay-at-home moms and pops, the retirees. Shout out to the people that sweep the roads and pick up the garbage. Shout out to every single hardworking person. Shout out to every progressive, productive person. Shout out to every person who has a positive mindset. Shout out to everyone who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. It's the weekend. Friday is here. And for those of you who won't be here to the end of the show, just remember, like I always say, surround yourself with people that love you. Surround yourself with people that you love. Make sure they love you, though. All right? And it's okay to spend some time alone if you don't have that. No company is way better than bad company. All right? Big up to the people who are in here first this morning. Kayla, C1, thank you. Darlene Walter Riley, Lion Tribe, Up, Sash, thank you for being here. Paula W, Bramwell Gamer, thank you. I've never seen that name here before. Tariq HP, Lady Joy, Lion Tribe, of course, Lady Joy, Vanetta Miller. We're all here. Thank you for being here this morning. We're going to talk up some things this morning. This morning in my cup is turmeric and ginger. So I'm working with turmeric and ginger this morning. All right, no sugar, no nothing, just turmeric and ginger. The cup is yellow like curry, and I don't like it because it yellows up your teeth, and the turmeric stain is very hard to get off anything. But for those of you who drink turmeric and it does your teeth yellow, then what I use is baking soda and peroxide. So some baking soda, a little peroxide, and it takes the off the teeth and get the teeth back white again. The health benefits are great for turmeric and ginger. But the turmeric does stain your teeth and leave it looking yellow. Anyhow, here we are this morning on a beautiful, positive Friday morning where we can come together again. So much to give thankful for. Let's start out by giving thanks for the fact that you woke up this morning, you're healthy, you're somewhat there, you didn't lose your faculties, you're still here, and you're able to get up and go again. All right, just remember to stay prayed up, keep that praying spirit inside of you, and keep a conscious mindset. Don't lose yourself out here. A lot of things going around, a lot of things are going on around us that's causing a lot of us to lose ourselves out here. Don't lose yourself out here. Okay? All right. So we'll talk a bunch of things this morning. I want to talk about this young lady, Polygamy, and this young lady who I've been watching. I wasn't watching the young lady, I was watching the show because somebody, one of my subscribers, linked me and said, SouFLo, you don't know about this mad youth, and gave me his name and everything, and I went and I go checked it out. So it's a brother, young black man, who runs what I see as a cult, but his basis is polygamy. The most disturbing thing I saw was when he had both his wives, or two of his wives, fighting each other. And the man really set them up on a beach somewhere and had them go fist to fist fighting each other. And it's two beautiful sisters, you know. And when the fight was done, so I'm watching the fight and I'm saying to myself, this really happening? Or is this a fake? So I had to watch it all the way to the end. When the fight was done, the sister them had like big welts, we call them cocoa, big welts on their faces, bust up, bleeding. And then the man comes and says, okay, now the beef is settled. So from I saw that one, I said, this is a cult. And this is weird. And it's weird that a woman would allow herself to go into something like this, right? Some Janice Ricketts says, my husband tried to do me the same thing. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that a woman would actually believe a man that tells her that he loves her, but then allows her to fight and have to defend herself. And then she was fighting with somebody who obviously was a better fighter than she was, because she boy, them bust up, they beat each other to a pulp. And this guy stood there and watched them beat each other to a pulp. There's one particular female that's in that group. And when I saw it, I said, man, I hope she's able to get away, because she seemed like the one that had a mindset of herself. And although she was young and very impressionable, you know, when you're young, that's why in my headline this morning it says yam head. Although somehow the yam head women are not young anymore, and you're still behaving like a yam head and being able to allow yourself to be manipulated like a yam head. And we're going to talk about that. So since I'm on that already, let me stay there. I have a clip that I'm going to play, because the same sister, and I'm so glad for her, she actually found her way out. Okay, and now she's pressed charges. She is went and filed for protection. She's taken her child with her, which she had with this cult leader. Modern day stuff that you think you would only see in a movie. So she's moving in the right direction, and she's trying to save herself, and she needs support to do so, as in just support. But somehow no, I am head for real. The things, and I realize this too, some women will choose which man they want to be a yamhead for. And the thing about this happens is this: when the yamhead them get mashed up, you see, by the men who they choose to be yamheads for. Now y'all know I'm telling the truth. Some of you will do every and anything for a certain man. And then when you get a good, decent man that wants peace and longevity with you, and a solid foundation built with you, you give him all the hell in the world, because you're so damaged already by the ones that you chose to be a yamhead for. I don't know, some of you, it's your choices. Some of you say, me no know, me just like bad man. Or me no know, I just like guys that are unruly. Or I just like thugs. Or I just like a rough kind of man. So what happened to James? James never treat you good. Yes, you know, Sam was the nicest kind of person ever, you know. It's just like the lady that came on the other morning when I had the call in, and she said about the man with him teeny wheelie, and how for 5 years she took it. And she and it was some of the most disgusting thing. She said nothing is more disgusting than sleeping with a man with a teeny weenie. And this is somebody that she was married to for 5 years. This is the mindset of somebody, right, that has been dug out, has had way too much experience, has explored way beyond Dora's borders. And you know, so Dora the Explorer goes everywhere. So you damage yourself so much for a guy. A yamhead is what you are. I don't want to hear the excuses of, oh, she was molested as a child, and then that led to her running to men who abused her. And listen, at some point, you have to take responsibility. Okay? At some point, you have to take responsibility. I'm tired of seeing these women cry victim, as if they have nothing to do with their circumstances, and it's always blamed back on a man or the man. So it's time for you to stop being a yamhead and hold some responsibility. In a lot of the cases, what the situation is that, yes, it started out with some record of abuse in early life, and you being groomed that way mentally and messed up mentally, so you kept making the same choices. But after a certain time, you have to stop. After a certain time, you have to say to yourself, you know what? I don't even need a man. I just need to be alone. I just need to figure me out. Some of you can't help not having a man. You can't help not having intercourse. You can't help not feeling something a go up in your something. You can't think past that. So you go from one relationship to the other relationship to the other relationship, and you carry that baggage through every relationship, and you're scarred. And each relationship you go to, you're even more scarred, because you had no time to heal from the last bad choice that you made. And then you start to get bitter. And then you start to tell yourself that no good man no out here and the whole of them stay the same and all this other stuff. So when you get a good one, he's coming in there thinking, yes, this nice, beautiful princess, I'm going to build life with her and all that. And you're setting for him because you're thinking, I've been hurt by this one. I've been hurt by that one. The last one that really turned me in a yamhead. I mean, the boy just turned me in a he that fool. For those of you who don't know what a yamhead is, it's a female who a man can really, we call them gal clown for men. For women, it's a yamhead. It's a female who really surrenders herself to a man's stupidity and will find every reason in the book to forgive him and to stay in that situation for however long that takes, right? Him can't tell her anything. If she catch him on top of her best friend, he can say, babe, you have to say your eye them want clean out. And I saw the thing go, yeah, see things. It's something different. Yeah, man. He could give her all the signs and all the signals, and she will still go right along with the agenda that he has, even though it has no benefits in it for her. That is good. Yamhead. Allow yourself to be spoiled up and then come out here talking about you want good man. In order for you to get good man and keep good man, because from what I've seen throughout my lifetime, women don't have a problem getting man. Man out here to share in abundance. Women don't have a problem getting man. All when she big so, you will see a man with her. All when she maga so, you will see a man with her, right? Whatever the shape, color, shade, whatever, women don't have no problem getting man. The problem that they have is that they keep on picking the same type of a man. And they don't see it. They really don't see it. They keep on picking the same type of a man. And they won't allow themselves time to heal in these situations before they move on to our next man. You know, wait till you see me. Wait till me step out and burn him feelings with my new man. So here you are leaving one messed up relationship and you're going to run to go find a new man who you think look better than the old man, have more things than the other man. So you can watch when him see you with burn him feelings. You haven't left that relationship. You haven't exercised that man spirit out of you yet from that other man. And you're just walking around collecting spirits. So by the time you meet good man is going to be in that house fighting with you and all them other men that turned you into yamhead because you still carry their spirit. You still carry the resentment for them. That's a spiritual big feeling. You still carry the resentment for them. You still carry the hurt from them. You still carry the anger. You still carry the disappointment. You still carry all that. And here you are in a new relationship, right? Trying to put on a new face because that's what you have to do every time you start a new relationship. You have to put on a new face. You don't go into your new relationship saying, look, I know you like me, but I'm filled with baggage. Like me have a ton of baggage that I drag with me. I just came from 3 consecutive abusive relationships. The last man I was with, he did a number on me. I'm telling you right now, he did a number on me. He used to do all kind of something to me. The one before him, he did me bad. That's why I ran from him and I ended up with one that you don't come in telling those things. You come in looking like everything is possible and it's loving and it's going to be romantic and I'm going to be a good woman and I'm going to ride with you and we're going to raise our family and do good things in life or be together. And none of that don't work out like that because that face starts to come off. After a while, that face starts to come off. See, you're hurt. You're hurt and you haven't processed your hurt. Anyhow, this sister, the story that I'm talking about, I was leading into this. This sister, we have a bag of things to talk about this morning now, one topic at a time. Y'all know how I do it already. So this sister, I'm really glad that she left. I was actually looking on her site to see if there was the fight video there, because before I let you hear a little bit of what she said, I wanted to actually find the fight video because I can't believe that the man actually met the girl and fight, and I can't believe that these women who seemed rather intelligent actually fought each other at his command. Anyhow, That's not working. So let me just play what she said and who she is. Here we go. So this is her. This is Velvet. Let me set this up. So Velvet she has gotten away from this guy named Nature Boy. Nature Boy seems to be a crazy person to me. But you should hear Velvet's experience. And yes, she's a little rough around the edges. A lot of you are going to say she is ghetto. In the way how she talks, you can tell that she is not, she's not there yet. She's not there yet. But this is her journey, and this is a work in progress, like we all are. Some of us have gotten to the point where we can have a conversation without curse words. We can be a certain way and still deal with things, and some of us haven't. Some of us, because you know, and we're aggressive, and because we haven't gotten to that place yet. But don't judge her for that. Just pay attention to what she's saying. So it gives you a little insight on what I'm talking about. Here we go. Turn it up. And I'm going to play pieces. I won't play the whole thing because it's long. Okay. So apparently Instagram won't let me be great this morning because Sister Girl is on Instagram. So I'm going to have to go to the other phone. So while I'm going to the other phone, please bear with me. So I'll keep talking till I get there. Yeah, you allow yourself, I can't believe that you allow yourself to walk into some situations, ignore all the red flags. I want to hear from the females. How do you do this, and how do you find yourself there? Because you got people out here that deal with the aftermath of that once you come across them. So I want to know, what is it that made you become a yamhead at some point? And a lot of you now won't say it, but you were a yamhead at one point for somebody. You allowed yourself to be clowned. All right, up and running. That's why you gotta have like a backup for a backup. And I tell you. All right, here we go. Instagram is giving problems. We can't do it. Can't do it this morning. Instagram is giving problems. Won't even let the video play. Every time I click on the video, Instagram shuts down. But it's a young lady, man, and I really wanted you to hear her story. I'm gonna post the link after this is over with, so you can go check out her story and check out Nature Boy. You can actually check out Nature Boy on YouTube. It's a bag of craziness the man I go on with. He bringing these young girls, and there was one particular scene where somebody sent it to me, where he said he has sex in front of his children. So basically he's running like a cult, right? And in this cult, he is the supreme being. Let me answer this real quick. SouFLoTV here, good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
Yes, morning. Sorry I have to call you because I'm driving, and I just jumped online and heard your topic, talking about us being a Yamid and all that. It's funny because I'm currently a Yamid, but I'm not really a Yamid, but based on how you describe it, I must be a Yamid.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with my Yamid.
Yeah, it's a hard title. It's a hard title to accept, though.
Yeah, man. I'm not really saying that in a genuine way, but in a more jokified way.
Right.
I'm kind of in a situation where I met a nice man, a very nice man, and it's the type of man that any woman, you want to have in a relationship. Everything is taken care of. You know what I'm talking about. Just like you and Brains, you have a good relationship, decent. And I have this guy who I've been dealing with for over the years. I mean, on and off, but not on and off going sex, having sex, that sort of thing. But it's like my mind is telling me this is the person I want to be with, or I'm going to be with them. I don't know what the hell, I keep allowing this through. But long story short, though, I have a problem with this man. I have a problem with the way he eats, the way he talks, the way he laughs. I'm just trying to show you when you find somebody good hard. When you have these things still in your head, how you can deal with the person who comes with everything that is good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, something hit the other day. I think I just reached my breaking point now. Is that the other day I'm dealing with this guy, but I'm not where he is. I'm in the UK, he's in USA.
You know you're live on the air, right?
Yeah, man, I know.
Okay.
So I'm not calling over anything. That's fine. But the other day, I was talking to this guy, right? And what I realized is that I have passed a certain stage. Is that we're not on the same level. Is that I have gone on to study, gone to college. I'm dealing with all these motivational things. I've started my own company. I'm into all sorts of different uplifting things. And then I realized what hurts me is that I have looked at different ways to grow, and I'm trying to deal with somebody who is in their 30s and still have the mental mindset from their teens into their 20s, when they too should have grown into the 40s. So the mentality and the behavior, the way of thinking that you had in your teens, mid-20s, mid-30s, it can't work even when you're going 40s, going into higher age. And this is where the problem is. Trying to deal with somebody and trying to get them to see life on a different level as you're seeing it, but they're still behaving the same way, talking the same way, shooting the same way, they blame the slave master for how you are, they're not trying to see, you understand what I'm saying?
Then your choice is, your choice is just move on.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I was joking when I said I am a woman, that I think, like I said the other day, that was where it hits me, that reality hits me like, come on now, stop. It stops now. So it took me over 30 years with the mindset dealing with this. You know what I mean? I couldn't place my finger on it, or how I need to get out of it. I mean, it only took me a few minutes the other day when I was, you know how you in the mornings you do your shows and it uplifts us in different ways. Something you said, something you address, some incredible words, and I was going through one of those moments to reach that, and
all right, so okay, so you're at the place now where I'm trying to wrap it up because this is a live show.
But yes, it sometimes, I mean, we're in a situation, and people are still in a situation, but really it's going to take one particular moment or something to happen for them to get it. Like, oh my God, I couldn't see this all along, but it's that one thing. They can't explain it to you, they can't tell you why they're doing it, or why they behave a certain way, or why they let go. But it's going to be something, and that something has to happen to them. For them to get it, like, sure, I've been sure for this long? No, man, that's it. Today is the day. So, I mean, I'm just saying, it took years to get something, and it just happened in 1 second. And I got it.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm good. I'm going forward without this. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
So, let's not pass it up.
I got it. All right.
All right, listen.
Thank you. Respect. All right. I left that confused. I don't know if she wanted to vent or what that was. Like I said before, I'm not the kind of person just cut people off. I'm sure she had a purpose, reason for calling. What I did get from what she said though is you don't know why you're going through it, or you don't know why you're making yourself go through things from a woman's perspective and doing it. If you ask a lot of them, they can't tell you exactly why. Why are you a yamhead for this man or these men? or they can't tell you why, but there will come an awakening moment, she said. And for her, it was just one day she just got up and it was that bing, the lights on, can't do this anymore, cannot live like this, gotta go. That's what I got from that. Other than that, I think she just wanted to vent a little, and she wanted to take my Yamhead title, but then she didn't want to take the title. And that's the thing, because a lot of women don't want to take that title. Yeah, Yamhead, no, I've never been a Yamhead. But if you check her history, she's been a Yamhead at some point. Yeah, and she's been jaded by that Yamhead situation. And she's carried that Yamhead situation over into, more than likely, over into another relationship. And it has helped her to form her idea of who her ideal mate is, or who she's going to look for as her next man. And a lot of the times, these Yamhead women end up victimizing good men along the way, right? While they are getting battered and scarred, they end up victimizing good men along the way. So the Yamhead title is nothing to be ashamed of. It's something that has happened to you. It's a part of your history. Own up to being a Yamhead. If you're a Yamhead now, just remember that in order to fix a problem, that the Yamhead must first accept that I am a Yamhead and I need to fix this, right? If you keep lying to yourself that you're never been a Yamhead and you're not a Yamhead, then it's not going to help you, especially if you're a Yamhead right now and you can't recognize that you're being a Yamhead right now. See? So work on accepting that you've been a Yamhead. Yeah, and it's carried over into other relationships. So, Matt, I'm tried so hard to let this girl thing play for you, man. But Instagram, for some reason, every time I play any video on this thing, Instagram cuts it right off. I'm gonna restart that phone and talk about something else until that come back up. So I could talk about something else till that come back up. Let me talk about loyalty for a minute. So we're gonna talk about Team Spice just for a second, because dancehall and entertainment, I do that as well. So Team Spice seems to be in shambles. Yeah, and it started out with not Rebel. It started out with Danger, the dancer, the ex-dancer of Spice, accusing her Spice's baby father, the father of her children, of raping her while they were out on tour. See? It started out with that. By this morning, nobody is even talking about the girl's rape accusation anymore, because other things came out in the process, that the Team Spice is not as tight as we thought, and they're falling apart, and Spice says she's trying to keep them together, and one bag of something come out. She now pay we when we dance and all these other stuff, and then Spice has to come out with receipts to show that she has spent over per year. She spent how much? The thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on her dancers, their outfits, getting them places, their salary, all kind of something. At the end of the day, I said this to myself, two things. Spice feel away because when people were slandering her, her team did not come to her defense. The team obviously has some issues because they all individually did live videos to explain a whole bunch of things where they could have just went straight to Spice with it. So somebody asked me yesterday if I think if the team is going to stay together. Now they're trying to patch it up because Spice put out says she has nothing but love for her girls and Team Spice is strong and all this other stuff. So either this was a publicity stunt, or if it wasn't a publicity stunt, they're going to break up. This will never be the same again. The vibe will never be the same again. The only other way they can work together after this is for, like Brains was saying yesterday, is for Spice to remain completely professional, which is kind of hard to do. You're in the entertainment industry, right? So she would have to literally look at these girls like employees signed to a contract. This is how much you get paid. This is that. That's it. We don't hang out together. We're not friends like that. You work for me. You get paid at the gigs and you go about your business. Be ready when it's time for employment, right? I don't think the relationship is going to survive that. It's like when you and a brethren, you're really close, right? And then you find out that this brethren violated you, as in they're the type to walk and tell your business to other people. And you know some things that you know that only certain people know. Nobody else could possibly know this. And then you hear it from somebody else that they've been around. And they're telling you that, yeah, man, me hear it from so-and-so, your friend. And you're like, wow, okay. So you might not cut that friend off completely, but the relationship will never be the same again. We can't sit again and have conversations in depth where I can divulge things to you, because I know now that you're the kind of person that's going to take my business and go tell other people. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of friend that come to your house and the house wasn't too tidy up that day there, but they're such a good friend that you think they could see my house when it's dirty, them can see my house when it's clean, and them come in and they're like, and next thing you hear, Lord, if you see inside my house dirty and nasty. And this is your people, right? If you had something to say about my house, you could have said, SouFLo, clean up the house, no man. Why not look too good in here still? Matter of fact, you're such a good friend. Come wash some dishes with me. We can have a conversation while we're washing dishes. But don't go tell everybody outside how when you stop by my house, the house is dirty and nasty and all kind of something like that, right? CRB says you can't mix business with pleasure. Full stop. That's true. Well, you can, but it takes a mature mindset to separate the two or to handle both and to know that, okay, this is my boss, but we do party together. We do have fun times together. But when it comes to business, business is business. And we handle business as business people. Everything is contractual, nothing that we do, but it takes a certain mindset to be able to do that. People actually mix business with pleasure all the time. And being in the entertainment industry, you're supposed to be able to mix business with pleasure. But a lot of people lose themselves in the process of mixing business with pleasure, right? So they start to blur the lines and then they don't understand where the pleasure meets the business anymore, and they lose themselves. So the safest way to deal with it is to separate business from pleasure. You're not my hangout friend. We don't deal with the same people. I'm boss. You work for me. I determine your work schedule, and this is how much I pay you, and we leave it at that. That is actually the reason why a lot of companies and corporations, they have rules and guidelines within their company, like a senior manager is not supposed to be dating the cashier, or a senior manager or a corporate entity to the company is not supposed to be dating the person that works in the deli in the business, or the person that I'm using Walmart as an example, or a lower ranked employee. Even in the military, they have this. Like a senior sergeant can't see a private just come in the army and be like, yo, she look nice, I want her. He can't do it. He can't do it. Even if him like her, even if he's single and she's single and he likes her, one of them are going to have to leave the military in order for that relationship to flourish, or they're going to have to carry on with that relationship in secret. And they do that for a reason. It is so one cannot have superiority over the other, mix business with pleasure, and then somebody becomes a victim. Because you could think about it like this. With his timing and his experience and his rank, he can really put this person in a position of submission. He can really violate this other person's rights. So in order to have that not happen, guidelines must be set. You can't be with a private that just got into the army and you are a senior sergeant, staff sergeant, sergeant first class, master sergeant, sergeant even. It won't work. It's not going to fly. See? So I think that spice is, I think they're over. Now, on the flip side, I wish they're not over, because I look at things from a different perspective, like the ability to be able to take these girls, show them the rest of the world. You know, them fly out, they're on the go, they become somebody. They're even able to branch off and do their own thing. people fly in from overseas to book dancing lessons with Dancing Rebel, which is one of Spice's more prominent dancers, more colorful dancers. They have other things going on. They build off of this. It's all about creating opportunities and giving somebody a chance and an opportunity to go on and be something great, greater than you, than that space and that relationship with you and them. You just open doors for them. So I don't want to see them break up. I would love to see the legacy continue to be built. Everything we're going through now is like a flash in time. We're going through it, so we think it's forever. But we're going to look back 5 years from now, and some of this stuff won't even exist. The pictures, the videos, the shows, the legacy, those will exist. Their contribution to the culture, those will exist. The opportunities that were created through these relationships, those will exist still. So I look at things from more that point. I want to see them continue to build and do good. But this I got to take some serious sit down face to face and like, listen, you said what you had to say. You did a chat me behind my back, and we find out you over there slandering me, you slandering her, which is our team partner. Like, it don't look good for us. And this is, we bury all hatchets here today and move forward. I don't think somebody in that group, they're going to be looking side eye like, yeah, bury the hatchet. All right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. But they will always have that resentment towards the other person. And in this kind of field, it needs chemistry to work. Remember, now you're out on the road, you're on tour, you're in strange places, around strange people. So it's a comfort thing to have somebody with you that's from where you're from. Somebody where you're in Denmark or Sweden somewhere, and you're the only one that speaks the way you speak. It's a comfort thing to have your people with you. We like the same kind of food, them. You know how we do already. The mindset is similar with this, with that. So now it's going to get lonely, because to go on tour with them and to keep it strictly business, it's like, okay, showtime this time. See you at rehearsals. Then rehearsal done. Cut. Showtime. Ready. Cut. It won't be the same. The vibe will not be the same. So I think they're going to eventually be over. But I don't wish that. I wish that they do stay together, because it would show a good example of our people being able to work together through things. People think that relationship, and even in your personal relationship, right? People think that relationships that stand the test of time, and people can say, yeah, it's been 20 years, we're still together and we're building. People think that, oh, couples goals, because they don't have no problems. And we want a relationship like that lasts 20 years with no problems. When the truth of the matter is, it have enough problems, a lot of problems. But you have people that are willing to work out whatever the problems are, because they want to be with each other, or they want to be around each other, or they want this thing to work. So they're able to sit behind the scenes and say, look, this is not a public thing. This is our thing. Let's work this out. I want to be with you. I love you. This, that. Let's work this out from here so we can get forward. So when people on the outside see, yo, the legacy is built. I mean, 10 years strong, 20 years strong. It's flourishing. Not just personal relationship, business, as in Spice and her team. They have to be, they're going to have to be mature-minded enough. But I want to see this legacy continue to be built. You see, just like how Lady Saw has her place solidified in dancehall, and then she moved on to other things in life, that's a flash in time that's gone. Spice is right now in a space and time where she can create opportunities for others of her fellow countrywomen to be able to do great things on earth, to uplift many others and themselves financially and other ways, right? So I want to see that right there. I want to see grow. One of our biggest issue as people, as our kind of people, we're willing to forgive everybody quickly, except for our own. We don't forgive our own for nothing. We hold grudges against us for the longest, for the smallest things. But a white man slap you upon the jaw and you turn the other jaw, give him, and you say, well, the Bible says to turn the other cheek. You find excuses to excuse others. Any kind of excuses to excuse others, no matter how lame and crazy they sound. But when it comes to your own, simple little argument kick off. Years gone, we not talk. Yeah, man, me and them used to be cool. Years gone, we not talk to them, you know. Don't even have a phone number. Don't even know where them there on social media. We don't follow each other. We don't talk. We don't. Just that drastic cut off. When you could have been building legacy, something powerful. So every good relationship have its hills and valleys, its precipice where you drop off of, and all these things. But it's who really wants it and is willing to work for it and is genuine to the cause, right? That makes it work. So yeah, I think for the person who asked me if I think that that's done, that's an era gone by. And we're probably going to see her touring with new dancers soon because the relationship went sour with her girls. My answer to that is, I think eventually that uncomfortableness is probably going to grow more and more and more to the point where they start breaking off, or she finds it necessary to actually do away with them and start with a fresh set of girls and give a new set of girls opportunities to go out there and do things, right? Don't want to see it happen. I want the legacy to continue, but I don't think they're going to be able to survive what's going on right now. When I think of loyalty, and that's what it is, loyalty. Connect with the people who, if somebody means something to you like that, you can't tell me I mean so much to you, and when we have a problem, you run to social media and you run to other people, but you never came to me. Now, if you came to me and you tried to discuss it and I'm bullying you or I'm dismissive and going like, me no care and your feelings don't matter, and then that's a different thing. You go however about you want to go about it to get it fixed, right? Or to get your peace. But if I'm somebody that you can talk to, and the first time I'm hearing about your issues with me is through social media or a third party, then you're somebody that I would probably never trust again. See? So, and it comes down to loyalty. And when I think about loyalty, I think about people like Sean Storm and Vybz Kartel. Sean Storm could have been out. They gave him a deal. He had to say that everything was true that was brought against Kartel. And he said, I can't say everything was true when I know everything to not be true, sir. Now, it take a real stand-up friend to be looking at a life sentence and a way that he can walk out of the life sentence. Because your average friend is not going to do no life sentence for you. Your average friend is going to say, better you than me. Jano, me wish you all the best still, but officer here, what kind of deal you have on the table for me? You want me to say him do it? You want me to see him do it? Okay, I'll sign it right here. I saw him do it. That's your average friend that you think, right? When I think of loyalty, I think of people like Diablo, that is now Governor and Idonia. Governor held on for the longest. Governor never came out in the public and said, don't you pay me nothing. A little bit of money ma pay me. Him the man I make big money, drive nice car, the girl them I said Donia. And me have my little thing. I want to grow my thing, but he's stifling me. He might keep me as sideman, me run there with the backup mic. He never did that. He put his years in and he never complained. He was loyal to the team, right? And then look at him now. Look at the glory of his loyalty now. He has become one of the top fives now, right? And that's from loyalty, because he understood that the man had to build himself first. If I can't build me, then I can't help you. So it's best for you to help me to build me. And then when I get there, but along the way, I am helping you as well. But if we both sit and look at each other like, me not support him, me I build myself. If we all do that, then we will all have no support. See? So when I think of loyalty, I think of like the Alliance crew. I think of people like Busy Signal and people like Bling Dog, to them kind of people there, to Bounty Killer. Loyalty. Like the man that won't say a word bad about Killer. And the reason why is because they can say, yo, the man here put me on a platform. Of course, you can give somebody a platform, but if the world don't gravitate towards their talents, then that's them. How they manage that platform is them. But when you take people under your wings and you give them a platform, you put them on a platform, you bring them to the stage, you give them to them to the audience, give the audience to them, and they can run with it, and they can become an international superstar with it, go tour down the world with it, and then they keep that loyalty to you. And they're always loyal, and them always have nothing but good for say. I think about loyalty. So Team Spice, them have to fix up them loyalty, and they have to fix up their communication. And once they do that, then they can probably survive. I saw Spice is on YouTube, by the way, and she have a show. I think it's called Spice It Up, because I watched it. I was watching it yesterday, and to see the unity when Tifa, Spice. Remember, I know me, SouFLoTV said I want to see an all-female reggae dancehall concert. Reggae dancehall concert, all-female lineup. I don't know how any corporate entities or big promotion event sponsor entities have not thought about this yet and brought it out. But on Spice yesterday, when I saw Spice It Up, when I saw Spice, and then I saw Tifa, and then there was Pompote, and then there was Lisa Hype, and they were burying the hatchet. See? And they were hashing out their past beef. So why you didn't mad with me then? Because we did good one time, we were friends one time, and then suddenly we just gone so against each other and start make this song. And what happened? All right. Today we bury the hatchet. Today we move forward as women. That is empowering. To see that is empowering. Me want to see. But the thing that I've been calling for like 5 years now, to see this all-female reggae dancehall concert, I didn't know that behind the scenes, the beefs were real. So watching that and seeing them mend the fences, bury the hatchet, dead the beef, it was a beautiful thing. So my dream is looking possible to actually see this type of a concert. It's funny to see women say, I wouldn't want to see no concert with all women. It's funny to even see men say it. I wouldn't want no concert with all men. Or to see men say, I wouldn't want no concert with all women is weird. For a female to not want to see it because she doesn't understand the empowerment that would be in that, that is weird. To me, is weird. All right? Tell me if I talk like. That would be a powerful thing. Bring back all the females who never got their praise and glory, and they're big anyways, from the Marcia Griffiths all the way back. Bring all of them forward right now. The Nadine Sutherlands, they bring all of them forward. The Sister Nancy, bring all of them forward right now. And link them on the same stage with those who are running it right now. With the Lisa Hyper, and with the Spice, and with the Tifa, and with the Pompotes, and with the D'Angel, and with the, bring all of them. You know how powerful that would be? Do you know the kind of message that would send to these females who emulate dancehall artists? Remember, I know, we're the same people who talk about projecting positivity and setting positive examples. So when you start to talk about how, oh yeah, the youth, they're influenced by those gun songs, and them follow the gunman, badman image that these artists portray. Because kill some of them youth here dead, you know. Their favorite artists that sing that gun song where the man Mara fly upon the wall and him head bust out, kill some of them young youth here dead. They think that their favorite artist actually went, committed this type of a crime, and then went to the studio from the crime scene and made a song about it So, yo, I'm a bad man, you know, I'm a gunman. And then the image is more amplified when the fancy cars and the expensive clothing and the trips and the videos and all that, they really believe that the man them live this lifestyle. So to have them unify themselves and come out, you ever seen when Jamaican people get aggressive, especially in the dancehall space, about their favorite artists? And I've been saying that the artists them need to come talk to the audience and tell the people them, say, look, when a wartime, and we say anything on record. But see me, he's right here. And see me here, we not chopping up nobody, we not shoot each other, we're not flinging no stone, but they won't do it. They won't do it. For some reason, they find it necessary to continue to have people believe, especially the young, naive youths them, to believe that that is their reality. Them a real bad man will sing song. And that's where the problem lies. This is why the youths them can't separate reality from that form of entertainment. We can watch a movie and we can see Jamie Foxx or Tom Cruise kill a couple people on screen, but Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise also does countless interviews where they let you know that it's acting, it's a movie. They take you behind the scenes. They show you how the blood was made. They show you how that scene was created. So it's the same transparency that these artists need. So to see the females then bury the hatchet, form a unity, and be able to laugh about the beef of the past, that only tells me that doors are now open for great things to happen in the future. Some collaborations, some concerts. Show the youth them, show the young women them that there's another way. Yeah? That's out there. All right. We already passed the Some Women Are Yamhead. I really, really wanted to play this thing for you. I am happy for this girl that she actually got out of the situation. And I understand that sometimes you get in a situation and it is more than meets the eye. So it's way harder to just pick up and leave than, you know, people looking at your situation and I'm like, why you talk so much about it? Just go. Just pick up and leave. But reality is not set like that. Sometimes a man can't pick up and leave because he has to go and leave his children. Sometimes a woman can't pick up and leave because everything that she owns is connected to this relationship. You understand? Or whatever the reasons are. So it's not as easy as it looks. So I was happy to see that she actually, this female that I keep talking about, I was happy to see that she actually made her way out of that situation. Right? Let me see if Instagram is going to let me be great this morning, or probably not. And there are other things we're going to talk about this morning. Like there's an autistic youth that is about to be deported from the UK. We're going to talk about him, Osimi Brown. It cut off again. Can't do it. So we're going to talk about Osimi Brown, and he is an autistic youth that is set to be deported from the UK, and for some reason they won't change his paperwork. They are hell-bent on sending him out of the country, and a lot of people have joined on board, to include celebrities that are saying, okay, look, this has gone way too far now. I understand you want to get the criminals out. This is an autistic guy that came to the UK at a very young age. Remember when they said the other day that nobody on that flight would leave the UK if they came to the UK under 12? That was not written into law. That was just that one particular incident. So it wasn't written into law. So Osimi is still facing deportation. Now, his story goes like this. As an autistic person, he is very impressionable. So people can use him then. And, you know, an autistic person that's young, say a young child, very different when you get into adolescent years and you want to belong with your peers and your peers reject you because you're different. These are milestones that are set for human beings to develop healthy, and naturally. If you are unable to meet the milestone of belonging to your peers, then catastrophic things can start to happen in your life in adolescent years if you're not accepted with your peers, right? So here he is. He was influenced. And the thing about it is, he got 5 years for stealing a cell phone. That's the part that I don't get. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison for stealing a cell phone, first of all. I think the incident had 5 people in it. There's people that have come out that were involved in the incident that said Osimi was there. He was not trying to steal the cell phone. He was actually the one who was actually trying to stop the rest of them from taking the cell phone from the person. So it's a robbery. Although it was a cell phone that was taken, it's considered a robbery because you physically manhandled somebody and took their stuff. So that's a robbery. Stealing is when somebody puts something down and you go over there and pick it up and hide it and take it as your own. That's stealing. A robbery is when you confront somebody and with the threat of being physical and violent, run through their pockets, take their stuff. So it was one of those situations he was caught up in. And even though people have come forward to say that he was actually the one that was trying to stop it, he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. 5 years at a young age and being autistic. The funny thing is the other people that were in that same incident with him, I believe 3 of them served no prison time. They were given like community service activities, and another one was given way less time than Osimi was. So his people are crying racism. They set him up for a deportation because the law says that anyone who has received a prison sentence over a certain period of time that was not born in the UK is eligible for deportation. And based on that, he fell right into that groove. So now he is looking at being deported. Now, to show you the level of this man's or this young man's mindset, the level of where he's at, they're saying that he functions as a teenager, even though he's a young man now in his 20s, his young 20s, he functions as a teenager. For instance, when he was told that he is facing deportation and he could find himself on the island of Jamaica, one of the questions that he asked that stuck out to me, he asked his mom, which bus is he going to be able to take to come visit her or for her to come visit him? So this youth ain't even too clicking to realize that no bus, no run party. When they drop you off in Jamaica, that's it. You're there. And then let's think about getting labeled a deportee, all the stigmas that will be attached to it, and the resources that will be available for him, because he had started self-harming when he was locked up. So, and you could see the pictures, his arms cut up, bad, you know, like he was self-harming in there. And he developed, and he also, after he was incarcerated, because of the anxiety. Remember me telling you, I told y'all that your anxieties can actually, your heart is a muscle. It's an organ, right? Anxieties can actually shred your heart, shred that muscle. So he developed one heart condition, a serious heart condition, while he was incarcerated. And that led to him having 2 heart surgeries after. Yeah, go get her, 1809. Yeah, me want to laugh too, but it kind of serious. See? That's to show you his level of where he is at, his development, the level he is at. Me and you would first know that, right, may I get deported? Oh, damn, that's far, right? But he's not able to do that. So his first thought is, what bus am I going to be able to take to come back home or to come see you? Or what bus are you going to be able to take, Mom, to come see me? right? So that's the level that he's functioning at. And they feel like it's okay to deport this youth. He's been in the UK since he was a small child. So it's very important for everybody to lend their voice to these kinds of deportations. Now, mind you, I am the person that says, behave yourself when you go at people land. Take the best you with you. Leave the messed up you, which part you come from. Because if you go to these people's places, just like me inviting you into my house, when I invite you into my house, I expect you to abide by my house rules. You can't just walk straight past me and go into my refrigerator, fix yourself a drink. You can't cock up your foot them upon my center table with your shoes on. You know what I'm saying? You can't go in my bathroom and just piss without lifting up the toilet seat, wet up everything, and just walk out. So it's that happens. A lot of people go to other people's, a lot of us, our people, go into other people's land and didn't take the best of them with them. Now, shout out to the people who did, because a lot more of us actually did go to other people's land, and we abided by their rules. We assimilated, and we took use of all the opportunities that came our way. Well, some of the opportunity them anyway. And we're trying to take use of the opportunities that come our way. And we understand where we come from. And we know where we come from. And we know that in order to better ourselves, we can use these opportunities and do better. But then there are some who are just set a certain way. Osimi is not one of those, though. I'm all for the deportation of a big idiot and give the opportunity to somebody else who is going to shine on that world stage. Not only make us look good, but make himself look good or herself look good. Bring somebody else in who's more deserving. I'm all for that. Deport them, yes. Fling them out, yes. But I'm not for the deportation of people who were displaced as children. A child has no bearing. And at this point, yeah, you can blame parents. Why you never get him paperwork earlier? I hope those other, he is also the grandchild of a Windrush recipient. So there are many things there, because the children of Windrush recipients fall in a certain category, immigration-wise. I don't know if that is extended to the grandkids. We can blame the parents and say, and I hope if there are parents like that on this line and you're in this situation, remember to go get your children's papers straight. Stop going to people's place and thinking that you're permanently there and it's all good. I don't care if they call it indefinite leave to remain, even though indefinite in its true definition means endlessly. That's not what they're dealing with. They don't play fair. So go and get the proper paperwork so your children won't run into these situations. And stop telling yourself that me I go raise them right so them not get in that trouble, and my picnic them a good picnic, no trouble can reach them. You don't know. You don't know. The one youth that got on the train but couldn't find his receipt for his ticket, look at where he ended up. Facing deportation because they said he entered the train illegally. He should have paid. And it's because he's been in the UK since he was a small child, but it's because he wasn't born there and in paperwork never straight. So go get your kids' paperwork straight and encourage them and remind them. Some of you really leave where you come from and turn your back and really in these people place acting like it's yours and you're there for life. Okay, if you want to spend the rest of your life there, cool. But make sure that all your paperwork is in order, and don't tell your kids or don't have your kids having this false sense of security. I'm good, I'm British. No, you were born in Jamaica. You're not British. You were raised here. You are being raised here, but you left when you were very small. And the laws here says, if you get caught up in anything and you're not a citizen, they're sending you back to where you come from. It's full time that the parents start taking their responsibilities, yes. But in this brother's case, it's too late to say all that. That horse has already gone through the gate. I think it's just plain out cruel. And again, like I've said before, a part of the agenda to destabilize, a part of the agenda to keep you insecure, frightened. That is control. You control people by fear, right? You control people by keeping them in a situation where they're not stable. They always have to be in survival mode. They always have to wonder when the next thing is coming. They always have to be scratching and scraping. They always have to feel like, damn, I don't belong nowhere. I got to find somewhere to belong. Shout out to Chairs and Benches TV for checking in. Thank you for being here. Now, in his case, Osimi's case, it's just plain out cruel and unusual and unnecessary barbaric punishment. That's what that is. That's what that is. That's what that is. Unnecessary. And it's sad. It's sad. But we'll see how it goes. They're not backing down. They're hell-bent on sending him to Jamaica. And I hope he does not get sent to Jamaica. If anybody out there that works with these governments, you can play them this. When I say this, we clearly see their plan to destabilize. We clearly see the barbaric and inhumane treatment. We clearly see the unnecessary evil because it's not necessary. It's not necessary to put that young man in that situation, right? If you're about humanity, it wasn't a violent crime. He didn't hurt anybody. And he got an extensive prison time over a cell phone. And now he's supposed to be deported. He's on medication. I'm pretty sure when he gets to Jamaica, those medications will not be available to him. He's in a place now where he can get counseling. He's in a place now where he can get into a group of his peers. We have it here in Florida. You know, you have Easter Seals and you have other organizations that these people who are challenged in some way, they have a place where they can belong. They even have a place where they can earn a living. So they feel like they're contributing to something greater than themselves. To be able to get up, go to work, earn a paycheck, come home, be a part of who pays the bills, feel like you're contributing and like you're worth something. In these other places, they're able to do all that. Ain't nobody hiring him in Jamaica to do nothing. Unless him go chop yard, do yard work, farm up somebody's land, which at his age, being there from when he was young, and the condition of what he is, how he is mentally, it's a death sentence for him almost. It's a death sentence for him almost. And I think the law says that you can't send these people back to die if you know beforehand that that's what you're sending them back to. He didn't commit an offense that deserved to be punished by death. But in essence, you're sentencing him to death. That's what I want to put out there this morning. I'm going to leave that right there, but I want you to go look up the Osimi Brown case. Look up the Osimi Brown. Just Google, just talk into your phone, Google Osimi Brown about to be deported or autistic man to be deported from UK to Jamaica. The phone I gonna give you all kind of something. Go look it up and read it, read up on it, catch up on it, because it's been going on for a while. I didn't speak about it before because, like I said, there was another Jamaican that I thought I was trying to help by bringing his story to the forefront, only to be called on the phone and cussed out and be told to take my stuff down. And I said, but I'm trying to help you. I didn't say anything bad about you. Matter of fact, I spoke up in your defense. Nah, that's not the way I see it, and that's not the way I said, okay, so I'm gonna take it down. So I don't really like to speak on them people here thing, because you try to help some people and they don't even realize you're trying to help them They think you're another one of the enemies. So you get enemy treatment, right? So I took his stuff down. All right. Kelly Brown says, wow, I have an autistic son, a son with autism. So you understand, Kelly, firsthand what goes along with being autistic. You understand the autistic spectrum, right? And there's from mild autism to severe autism on the spectrum. So you know what this young man is facing, right? You know what he's facing. That's not right. That's not right. But we don't speak up until things reach our own doorsteps. And it's our own personal family members that we are close to. Then everybody wants to speak up for themselves. But check it. If you don't speak up for others, then when it's your time, nobody is going to speak up for you. That's just how it goes. And that's karma. But that's not only karma, it's just the way it goes. If you don't speak up for others, thinking the same thing cannot reach you, then when it does reach you and you cry out, it will be a whole bunch of deaf ears out there, and you will feel as desperate as ever. So make it a habit to speak up for other people. Make it a habit to sign a petition. Make it a habit, if you have a platform, to lend a voice, to say something. If you put 50 people onto that problem that wasn't there before, they see it, you are opening eyes to an issue, right? If you get 50 signatures on that petition, you are affecting cause, right? So it's not about us all the time. It has to be about others as well. So may I speak up on the young man's behalf. It's cruel and unusual punishment. It's damn barbaric. It's wickedness. And I continue to say that it's a plan to destabilize. Come on, you see all them people they're sending back to that little island? What do you think all these people doing? Man done the 20 years of prison for murder, and you send him back here for what? What do you think he's coming here to do? And he doesn't look like he has been rehabilitated. What do you think he's coming here to do? A serial rapist who's been there since he was yay young, seasoned in his art of raping. What do you think he's coming back to this little island to do? An island that has a way less sophisticated security system set up than where he's at now. Of course, this is a plan to destabilize. Then not to mention they're sending them back corona positive. And the people are coming back and are saying they never tested us before we left. They just sent us back. Yeah. Like we don't see it. We're blind, right? Boy, I don't know. Unique school Connie, that for me. I don't know what that means, but okay. We're existing in a me society. And it's sad. Somebody just, may I vibe with you for a minute this morning. Somebody just said, we're existing in a me society, and it's sad. And it's true. It is true. On one hand, you can't blame people because people are so ungrateful that you have people that you will dedicate your time and your days and your life. You know, it's just like them say, you give somebody your last. And when your last is done, they walk and talk about how you're mean because you have no more to give. You're mean and stingy and selfish, you see, because you have no more to give. You've given them your last. So you, on one end, you can't even blame people for being about me, because we're living in a society as well where people are narcissistic as hell. Narcissism has become a commonplace in the minds of people. So you do good for people and the same people turn around and do you the worst way, even while you're doing the good for them. So you can't too blame people when people start to draw away and say, yo, it's me here, so because I don't want to be hurt like that no more constantly. And every time I reach out my hand and try to do good for people, this is what I get. You can't blame them. We're living in that kind of a world. But we're also factually living in a world where Nobody really cares about anybody anymore. That's why it's dangerous to come on social media with your problems. Because although I say, yes, some people are reaching out and this might be their last stop before suicide. They have nobody else to go to, so they went to social media. They want everybody to see it. But social media is the place where people want to know your problems so they could be entertained by your problems. So they could feel more better about their life. Right? So they have something to look at and laugh at. So they have somebody to talk about and degrade or whatever and criticize. That's what they want to know your problems for. They don't really want to know your problem. Very few of us will listen to somebody's problems beginning to end. Most people are saying, the video too long, him chat too much. Get to the point. This is you, right? Bearing your heart and soul, and somebody is telling you chat too much. Get to the point. And your heart is saying, I'm bleeding, I'm pouring out everything because I need help. I need help with this situation. I'm desperate. And they want to tell the whole story from beginning to end. Please, man. Most people out here want to hear just the juicy part of the details so they can go have some spirited conversation about how messed up your life is. That's it. You don't get no constructive advice from majority of these people. And that's the kind of world we live in. It's about me. Me, 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 and me. Even when people come to you for help desperately, you turn it into what's in it for me. What is it about me? And people crying out to you for help. For me, if somebody cries out to me for help, or if it comes across my way, I think it's divine order. It came across my way because the universe put it in front of me. That is my test, and then it's my duty to exercise some humanity towards another person's situation, to be empathetic and to give a solid advice after listening completely. That's the world we live in, right? Their needs supersede your own. Never mind them, Flo. Those persons sometimes lack intelligence. It's not about me never minding anybody, Beverly. We're just having a general discussion. It's about humans in general. It's about human. Somebody said yesterday, I couldn't even watch the video no more because you spend too much time. The first 15 minutes of the video is talking about negative people. But if you ignore them, they will disappear or fade away. Listen to me. Listen to me good. Ignoring stuff don't make it fade away. You ignoring negative people don't make them fade away. And sometimes, and I responded to that person and I said, me and you, we don't have the same destiny. Me and you, we don't share the same agenda, the same purpose. My purpose, this is why I am SouFLoTV. This is why I am here. This is why 600 and plus people are here right now, right? We discuss stuff. I feel like my purpose is different from yours. My purpose is not to ignore all of them. Some of them are lessons to be, examples to be used to teach lessons. And I told that person, I said, for every one of you, I get 20 others that said, SouFLo, yo, me have to big you up. Because I had one youth who say, yo, and he used to cuss me to, send me up under my mother and everything. And every time he did it, I responded and I said, your life must be really tumultuous. You must be really going through some things, because I can't figure out how a grown person could wake up, get on social media, and be so derogatory to another person who they don't know at all. Something is deeper in going on in your life, and I pray and I hope that you're able to fix it and you're able to find some form of happiness Those are my response, right? You know, bless those who curse you kind of thing. Have good intentions for all, just like you have for yourself kind of thing. That's my armor. You can't harm me. So when I talk about these videos, it's not because I'm affected and it's hurting my personal life. It's because somebody out there is hurting and they're stuck in that mind frame, that state of thinking, that state of being. So when them come and say, SouFlo, you know, you really, really changed me. Or your discussions made me look at stuff a different way. I swear to God, man, I'm working on changing myself. It was through a discussion with you I was able to step outside of myself and observe me and didn't like what I saw. So for every one of those, lad, the video too long, just get to the point. There are those who want the video long. They want the discussion. They need it. And it's not me focusing on negative people. Because remember, you know, if Christ was to go into the church and preach to all the good people in the church, what would be the purpose of that? You're telling somebody who never steals to never steal. That don't make no sense. You have to go talk to the thief. See? You're telling somebody who never kills to never kill. Well, they're looking at you like, listen, now, I'm 60 odd years old. They are 60 odd years. Me never kill nobody yet. So you're kind of preaching to the choir here. You're kind of wasting your words. I find some youth out there were really out there, turn up the place hot and think killing is okay. Talk to them. If you save one of them, you save his life and you save somebody who was about to be a victim life. Right? So that's where it is for me. It's not dwelling on negative. We have to address things and not be afraid to have these uncomfortable conversations. You know, when conversation get uncomfortable, I notice enough people just skip the pages. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Get to the juicy stuff, the spicy stuff. Get to the stuff that make we laugh. Lord, SouFlo, you're funny. I can't be a comedian every day, man. I know how to inject some joke into a serious topic. But I also understand my purpose. And a part of it is getting somebody's mind out that gutter. Getting somebody to be able to look at themselves. Enough people out here can't look at themselves and don't look at themselves. They just believe that everything they do is right. And they're always right. So when you get somebody to be able to step out of themselves and look at themselves and say, wow, I don't like that. I don't like that. It's better than me cussing them. You're dirty, you stink, you're nasty, go ahead, you know, have no good ways about you. And what's that going to do? It's going to make them cuss me back harder. And then me, I go cuss them back harder. Then we gone up under each other mother. And I send up him under fame and him sending me up under mine. What good is that going to do? Where does that get us? Who walks away from that victoriously? Nobody. Me walk when mad my spirit upset. You walk when mad your spirit upset. Drama for no reason. Bless them. Bless them. Me not like telling them, I set up some people to, you know, when you go too far, there are limits and there are lines. So please don't bother think say I'm one of them people there where it is always this way. It's not always this way. I'm as real as they come. It's not always this way. Sometimes you have to fight. You know, fun and joke. I have an auntie, and I think I told this story before. I have an auntie. And my auntie is, of course, she goes to church. She's a Christian. She calls herself a Christian, a dedicated Christian. She go to church and all this other stuff. But my auntie is the kind of person, she always have the Bible. Like it's like the Bible stuck to her. She's one of those Bible thumpers. She's one of those people who can't have a conversation without the Bible. Anyhow, she lives a decent life. You know, she don't go out her way to hurt nobody. Nobody not call her name and she slander them or anything like that. She's the kind of person like this though. You see that Bible that she carry? One morning she going to church, right? And I forgot, I think the car broke down and she went and catch a bus. And she on the bus with our Bible, see? And somebody crossed our path the wrong way. And she thought that this is the time to deal with a demon. And Bible became weapon. And somebody get beat, right? This is a stranger. Somebody get beat. And then she put on the Bible and then she fight. And so I'm trying to tell you that I'm that. I'm that. It's not all good every day. See? So if my Bible is my holy book, the same way we can lick you with a verse out there, it is the same way we can lick you with the Bible itself. Bust off of your face with it. Yeah, blow with a Bible itself. It's in me. It is in me. But I prefer not to go that route. Yes? And for those of you who are like that, you can change too. Or you can simmer down sometimes too. Because simmer is where you're going to find the solution at. Okay? We know we're hot-blooded and we deal with things a certain kind of way. But through growth and maturity, you learn that this ain't the way. Nothing good is going to come out of that. So you better find the next way. Deal with it peacefully. As peaceful as you can. Don't be no pushover. I'm not telling nobody to be no pushover. I'm not telling anybody to be anybody's beating stick. Nothing like that. Defend yourself. I am all for self-defense. Right? Mrs. Nia says you use your logic more than emotions. Yes. And you know what, too, Mrs. Nia? It's through maturity. Because I'm not sitting here in front of everybody claiming that I have always been able to use my logics more than I use my emotions. Right? We grow and we experience and we learn. Some of us learn. Some don't. Some grow more into the negative and become even more hardcore at that type of a person. But for those of us who become reflective, we're able to look at us from the outside of us and say, damn, I don't like that. I don't want to be that person. Has to be change. And the change starts with me. Not blaming other people. Not pretending every problem don't have nothing to do with me. It's somebody else. Me. It starts with me. Then when I start to work on me and I can change me and those negative things about me, then I'm affecting positive change. Then I can go tell people, say, yo, you can deal with it a different way. Yeah. And nothing good is going to come out of how you're doing it because I did that for like 10, 15, 20 years. So try this. Right? Just teaching. Just vibing. Not true? True. I learned a lot from you, bro. Dwayne Brown, I learned a lot from y'all too. That's why I love my audience, because it's about us communicating with each other. A lot of the times, enough comments. Junior Lexus, I haven't seen him in a while, but he used to comment on the channel, and pretty much every one of his comments was a comment that was worth starring. So I meet people through the platform, people that I never met in person. But their constant communication and their level of communication strengthens me as well. So it's a give and take. Tata, Kai, it's a give and take. I learn from you just as much. You empower me just as much. You strengthen me just as much. So it's a cycle, and that's why I'm saying it's a cycle. You're going to create either a negative cycle or you're going to create a positive cycle. The decision is yours to make, but it's a cycle. I influence, I educate, I learn from also, and I am influenced by also. See? That's what it is. Come, Papa. I'm ending my video. You okay? Good morning. You were crying? Garbage truck. Garbage truck. He was crying, and he is up with this pineapple banana juice thing that he seems to act like a crackhead for. Literally act like him can't get enough of it and just go back and back and then start going crazy. So I think I'm gonna cut him off of that drink. I don't know. He did the same thing with Capri Sun till I started thinking there was crack in the Capri Sun. You good? Are you trying to read it?
Okay.
Say bye to the people. I'm gonna say goodbye.
Okay.
Say bye bye.
Okay.
Look. K. You see K? Let me see. You are right. K. Kinder.
K.
K. I.
N.
N.
D.
D.
E.
E.
R.
R. Kinder.
Kinder.
Kinder. There you go. All right. People, listen. It's the weekend. A lot of crazy stuff happens on the weekend. Usually, people get a bit loose. Be safe out there. Okay. Corona is still real. It's still very much here. If you're gonna go around a bunch of people, make sure you mask up. No, don't listen to what nobody's saying. I actually got notified yesterday that a couple of my family members now have it as well. Okay, so we're still in those times. Forget them conspiracy theory and all that. We're still in those times. Keep yourself safe and surround yourself with people that love you. And just be a good person. Want good for others like how you want good for yourself. It's that simple, really. And for those of you who it's hard to get to that place, then spend more time looking in the mirror at you. Them all say a man, but it works. Look at you. Talk to you. All right? Bless up. I'm out. Peace. Bye-bye, Papa. Say bye-bye. You giving a thumbs up? Thumbs up.
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5.
5.
5 percentages.
5 fingers.
Fingers.
5 fingers.
That's it.
Yes, baby.